It was a long, hot summer night, and Mira was riding the late-night train home from work. She sat in the near-empty car and slowly began to doze off. When she woke up, she noticed that the car was empty. That was weird. She looked out the window, but instead of the familiar she saw only pitch-black windows that seemed to stretch on forever. The train wasn't moving, but the intercom crackled to life. "Next stop. Departure," it said. A chill ran down Mira's spine. She tried to get up, but as she did, a conductor passed by. He didn't seem to notice her at first, but then he turned his head and she saw that he had no eyes. It smelled like dust and decay. Mira gasped. The walls were covered with nails, and in the center of the room sat a pile of what looked like broken teeth. Then she saw it. On the floor in front of her was a tiny, intricately carved wooden box. Next to it lay a small hammer. Mira felt a strange compulsion to pick up the box, open it, place the hammer inside and smash it shut. As the final nail was driven in, a tiny clock appeared in the space between the shattered pieces of wood. It was ticking, not just ticking, but ticking backwards. Startled, Mira backed away, knocking over a vial of what looked like dirt. As it spilled onto the floor, more clocks appeared, each one ticking in reverse. One by one, they all broke, leaving behind nothing but dust and the sound of silence. "Ticket, please," he rasped, his voice like sandpaper. She looked around frantically for the doors, but they were all jammed shut. She could hear the sound of her own breathing, the squeak of the train, the rhythmic clatter of the wheels on the tracks. Then she saw it, a sliver of light in the distance. It was a door, but not one that she had seen before. As she neared it, she saw her own reflection in the window behind her. She was sitting outside the train, watching her. I don't have a ticket," Mira stammered, realizing she'd fallen asleep and lost it. The conductor leaned closer. "Then give me your soul," Mira screamed and stumbled back. What kind of nonsense was this? Before she could dwell on it any longer, the train lurched forward and the doors slid open. It was beautiful, with intricate carvings on its surface and hands that seemed to move backwards. She never wore it because she didn't want to break it. Then, a few months ago, the hands stopped moving altogether. She took it to a jeweler who told her that it wasn't broken, just wound up. Mira laughed, but now she wished she hadn't. She stepped out into the darkness, not knowing where she would end up. Mira's heart raced. Was this a dream? A hallucination? When Mira turned 18, her parents gave her an antique pocket watch. The room was small, barely furnished and lit by a single flickering bulb hanging from the ceiling. And that's all for the day. See you tomorrow.